Good morning, friends. I'm Colonel Sanjeev Govila. I'm the CEO of Hum Fauji Initiatives. Over the past few days, ever since this lockdown has come, we have been actively engaging with you through WhatsApp, through emails, and very actively talking to you continuously to explain as to what is happening and how are you affected in this lockdown situation. Let us see what exactly has happened and what is the course ahead that we have to take. Very first thing that we have to understand is that this is entirely a single event based happening, which means it cannot be compared with, let's say, a 2008 market meltdown when it was due to a systemic failure, or even some people have started comparing it, as I see in the WhatsApps going around, to the Great Depression of 1930s of the US. It is nothing like that. We have to realize that it is due to an event which is beyond anybody's help. Nobody can help it at all, and it will take its own time. When the event passes off, everything will start coming back to normal. It might take some time. Of course, as on this morning, our own Indian Nifty is down by about 34%, and the Dow Jones of US, which defines how the world is doing or behaving, is down by about 27%. So you see, the whole world is affected. It is not that only we are affected or our stock markets are affected, and you yourself are very much aware of all that. In fact, as far as the infection is concerned, we probably are much less affected because of the proactive stance of the government than anybody would have expected in a huge country like India with so much of population and so much of congestion at so many places. This does not mean that once the event passes off, everything will be hunky dory. No, there will definitely be lots of after effects which will linger on. How much? Nobody knows. It will take its own time and entirely depending on how much has the economy been dented by this one off kind of an event. Of course, most of the restaurants will open immediately. Some may never open. Job losses will affect the spending power of the people. There will be a non-availability of migrant labor, which will affect the quick restoration of the work in the factories, in the restaurants, and in so many other places. Companies definitely will lose a few months of earnings, which will affect their yearly results. But please remember, strong companies will come out stronger, and much more opportunities will emerge due to the huge financial stimulus being given by the Indian government and by the other governments all around the world. Now, what are the questions that our clients are asking us nowadays? What is the prediction on how low will the market go, and when will it come up? We don't know. We are not in the business of predicting. We are not in the business of astrology, so we do not know. We are just going by the ear and by our experience of having seen so many meltdowns in the past. So nobody can say anything. But one thing is for sure, when it goes down and the event is over, it will come up. How fast will it come up? Again, we do not know. It will entirely depend on how much has the economy suffered and other things like how many job losses have taken place, when are the migrant laborers coming back, and all those things which nobody can say right now. Lots of articles are in the press, lots of interviews are going on the TV, but frankly nobody has any clue on this at all. So second question people are asking us is, should I go out, should I get out before I incur any more losses? Please remember, these are not losses. These are just notional erosion of your value of your investment for the time being. If you get out now, then you are making those notional losses into real losses. Please do not ever think that you will be able to time the market. You will be able to get out earlier now and get in when the market has hit the bottom. Nobody will ever come to know when the market has hit the bottom. Nobody has been ever able to time it. Please do not try it. ultimately you might land up with a lot of taxation on your hands and lot of real losses with you. Same question is being asked about the SIPs, the systematic investment plans. Please remember, these are very, very cheap valuations. The very same mutual funds, the very same stocks which were available to you earlier at higher values are available to you at very cheap rates now. So there is no point getting out now. Nobody sells when there's a discount sale on. Please remember this. There are three questions that you need to ask yourself. Markets have gone down definitely, but how much am I affected? Lots of people ring us up and say, markets have gone down, I've lost a lot. When we see their portfolio, they have 80% debt, 90% debt. Now, debt has nothing to do with this. Where does debt invest? Debt invests in government bonds, bank FDs, and corporate FDs. Where does the market come in? So do not consider yourself affected unless you know how much are you really affected. Second, did you invest for this much of time frame? Let's say you started your investment a few months back, a few years back. Did you invest for this much of time frame? If not, then whatever is going on right now, take it as a sort of an aberration in your investing life. That's all. Do not make that aberration a part of your investing life. And please, for God's sake, stop listening to CNBC and ET Money and NDTV Profit and all. These people thrive on sensationalism. Don't look for which stock has gone down and which has not. You are not affected by that. And in case your investment was anyway goal based, you need to ask, has my goal come? If your financial goal has not arrived, how does it matter to you what's happening in the time being? We all know this is just a passing phase. Apart from that, just look at what are the alternatives do you have. You all have seen that the government has reduced the interest rates. Even the senior citizen savings scheme, which used to be at 8.6, has come crashing down to 7.4% now. Your SBI savings bank account is giving you 3%. Your FD in SBI is now at 5.5%. So there are no other alternatives. In fact, if you hold your horses, if you have patience, equity markets are great alternative, but please go there with caution. Do you have that risk appetite? If yes, then only you go out there. Just a bit of patience on your part will prevent lifetime of losses for you. And if you are ready to stick your neck out, ready to take a bit of a risk and ready to have loads and loads of patience, this could also be the time to make outsized gains. So what is our take now? Will this go on forever? Nothing goes on forever. This too shall pass. Please remember that. Is this a great investment opportunity? If you are already fully invested, just keep quiet. You can't do anything about it. Just ride it out. If you are not the kind who's comfortable with stock markets, if you're not the kind who cannot take this kind of volatility, please remember, all this market movement has nothing to do with you. However, if you have some money, this could be a really great time to go in, provided you can withstand the volatility. Remember, nobody knows how long will it go on. All this is, you can take it as a part of a life. Definitely you can go in for it. But please remember, sometimes it is good to close the eyes and think more about your family and about staying safe in this health environment rather than thinking all the time about your money. Best wishes to you and your families from all of us. Please remember, we are committed to supporting you. We are putting in extraordinary efforts in this 100% work from home environment, which is there for us also, but we are putting in everything possible to keep you satisfied and keep you engaged. Please stay safe. Please stay happy. Thank you.